Welcome back, everyone. I had a little bit of a whoopsie, and I actually ended up playing a little further than I intended without recording, so there's actually two fights on Nugget Bridge that you won't be able to see because I sort of already played through them. But hey, there's this guy, and the Team Rocket dude up ahead. He's gonna stomp me. I don't think any of his Pokemon know stomp. Ah, you fuck. I was... Oh, you have no idea how mad that makes me. This guy, only Pokemon he has is a Mankey. One of my favorite fighting types are I love fighting types more than anything. But I've been searching for a Mankey for a while now. I've never actually owned a Mankey because Mankeys are exclusive to Red, and I've never actually had Red. I had Blue, actually. I had Pokemon Blue and I had Yellow, but I didn't play much of Yellow. Actually, funny story. This is the only time where is acceptable. Because this is a really stupid thing I did. I actually traded my copy of Pokemon Yellow to a friend for a latte. And the more I think about it, the stupider this sounds. And now I'm looking back at it and I'm thinking, my God, was I an idiot. I should never, ever have given away that copy of Pokemon Yellow, but eventually, I think like a few months later, it actually stopped working for my friend because I think the battery died, like he couldn't save anymore or anything. But he also had a copy of Pokemon Gold, which I know that happened to, so I might actually be thinking of that copy of Pokemon Gold. Oh man, what is Poison weak to? Poison's weak to? Nothing I have. I don't have any psychic types. You see, this is how you can tell I'm out of like the Pokemon loop, is that I have to ask what types are weak to what. So it's like, what are rocks weak to? Water and grass. And I don't know why, but my initial thought today, because I was asked that question today, what are rock Pokemon weak to? And like, okay, the person asking me wasn't a very big fan of Pokemon. They just started playing it. And my initial thought was electric, and I am not sure why. I know it's wrong, but I said electric anyways. I probably shouldn't have. Yeah. It was just one of those things. It was like, man, it's like a brain fart. Don't you love those brain farts? Oh god, I hate Zubats. Oh right, I have other Pokemon too, don't I? Who should I use? Actually, I think I'm gonna summon my Zubat. Summon, right? Because it's like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I may be one of the few people that never really watched that show as a kid. Like I remember watching a few episodes, but I always thought the idea of fighting using cards was a little silly. Just a little bit, you know? I guess as opposed to fighting using your pets. Because, Pokemon is so straight-faced and totally not nonsensical in any manner. Does anyone actually remember those influxes of like that massive influx of like Pokemon knockoffs that came out like roughly the same time as Pokemon? Not stuff like Digimon, but like the fake Pokemon stuff. I remember a friend of mine in grade school actually had like, he had this yo-yo that actually had a blue Jigglypuff on it. And I remember looking at it and I was like, wait a second, something's not right here. And a little while after that, I remember this one kid actually had a fake Charizard card. And I know like nowadays, like that same card, like the actual real version of that card is actually pretty expensive, I think. I think it's like, I think it might be from the first print, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm actually not big on the card game at all anymore. Says the guy who just turned to his right and looked at that large stack of Pokemon cards. Whew, nope. I'm totally an adult. Yep. Adult. Doesn't play Pokemon or play video games or anything like that. Nope, no, it doesn't watch cartoons either. That is tragic. The moment you realize that you're no longer a teenager. Huh. That's what that feels like. Oh. This guy might be a bit of an idiot. I wonder what kind of Pokemon the stoners of the Pokemon universe use. I'd imagine, you know, the obvious would be rock type, but I think they'd actually use plant type a little more. Actually, would it be illegal to smoke a Bellsprout? Ugh. Yes, yes, your boyfriend's cool. That's great. Aren't you a little young? Well, you at least have a Pokemon, so... Actually, you have a really good one. I actually like Nidoran a little. So something about it. I actually always preferred the male Nidorans because they evolve into Nidoking, and I don't know what it was with Nidoking. What is like, I don't know what it is with that one, but I really like the design of it. I actually don't really like too many of the Generation 1 Pokemon, actually. Which is odd, because everyone seems to be riding them pretty hard. To the point where they actually had to, like, show off new forms and stuff for them. Which I found a little odd. Also, anyone else get the feeling that, I don't know, I think there's like 6 in this episode, that they look a little more like Digimon than they do Pokemon? I mean, might just be me, but they look pretty bad, especially Charizard, the Mega Charizard form. I don't like it. It looks really silly, and they look a lot more like Digimon, and I'm not a big fan of Digimon. I never was. Like, I watched it as a kid, yeah, but to be fair, it was on Saturday mornings, and I would have rather have been doing other shit at that time. But yeah, I just didn't really care for it much. I suppose because at that time I was like, I looked at it and I thought, yeah, that's a Pokemon knockoff. I remember my elder brother actually said the exact same thing, and I didn't believe him at first, and then I watched a little into the series, and I was like, yeah, it does seem kind of similar, but in a way kind of different. Like much different, actually. The idea was much different, but just I don't know, it was just something about it felt kind of similar to Pokemon, although I didn't watch much of the Pokemon anime as a kid. I've actually watched more of it recently than I did as a kid. I started watching it recently. I watched a few episodes recently because I wanted to know what I missed as a kid, and I can now comfortably say I didn't miss jack shit. It is really bad. Like, not just the dubbing, Okay, it's typical 4Kids dubbing, and okay, by 4Kids standards, it's amazing. I'm not expecting like the quality acting of Patrick fucking Stewart here. You get what you ask for. You get Eric Stewart, you get Veronica Taylor, and you get a bunch of Dan Green. You get like 3 people voicing the entire cast. Now, my major problem with it was that at the same time that was airing, there was other stuff airing that I did watch as a kid a lot, like Superman the animated series and Batman and X-Men, stuff based off of a lot of American comics, and those had rather intricate branching storylines that I can still actually enjoy nowadays. But with Pokemon, it was like the few episodes I did watch as a kid I thought were really silly, and nothing stood out as actually being interesting. As a kid I always liked those stories that were like those shows that would actually have continuity, which is why I preferred stuff like Superman and Batman and Dragon Ball Z and Digimon over stuff like Pokemon and Sailor Moon as a kid, although I did kind of enjoy Sailor Moon a little bit, but that may or may not be because of the miniskirts. I'm not going to get into that. I hope no one heard that. But I always enjoyed the shows that had like continuity between episodes, which is actually why I hate shows. I hate one anime I absolutely despise is Cowboy Bebop. That I know that's gonna probably, like, anyone that likes Cowboy Bebop, well, anyone that's seen Cowboy Bebop probably really likes it. But I actually can't stand it. I watched all 26 episodes and I thought there's actually only 2 that connect, like, in the whole thing. And I hate that. I hate when each episode is its own standalone part. I absolutely hate that. And it bugs me to no end. Okay, let's see if I can time this. Yeah, that's right, Solid Snake ain't got shit on me. Actually, another show I do remember from my childhood that I absolutely hated was Gargoyles, and although that did have a lot of branching stories, actually I remember liking that as a kid, but now I should try to rewatch it now, and I think it's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen. And not because it's poorly written, but because of the format of the episodes. What they'll do is they'll have like a story arc begin one episode, and then they'll finish it off several episodes later and have story arcs in between. And it's like, it gets confusing and it's not very fun to watch, and all it does is it makes you ask more questions. It's like, wait, why did this episode end this way? And then the next episode is something entirely unrelated to the one prior, and then 2 episodes later they'll be like, oh hey, yeah, you remember that episode you watched 4 weeks ago? Yeah, I remember that episode. Barely. It's one of my major problems with that series. Although I can actually tolerate some episodes that are kind of not episodic, some shows that aren't always like episodic story arcs. Because, you know, not every show has that, but for the most part, there is some form of continuity. I like how I'm not really talking much about Pokemon now. Like the last episode I talked about Pokemon, I think maybe 20% of the episode. This might actually be even less than that. So, this episode is actually going to be a little bit longer. It's looking at, I'm currently at 14 minutes 30 seconds. And I actually finally got my microphone to start working, so I'm actually playing as I'm speaking. So it's not like last time where I sorta yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up hardcore. And yeah. Go Geodude. Get your rocks off. Right, that's what that means, isn't it? I suppose I can't, I'm trying to keep this a little more PG-13, but then I say something like get your rocks off, and okay, I guess get your rocks off is a euphemism, so it's not exactly directly saying, it's not, exactly mentioning masturbation directly, it's more of a metaphor. Hasn't this been a fun episode? Conversations about Digimon and masturbation. Just out of nowhere, I'm totally mature. I find it funny that every time I say mature, I keep turning to my right and seeing like those boxes filled with Pokemon cards. I have led a very sad life. I regret nothing. Erg. Fucking Oddish. I always thought Oddish was like one of the really cute Pokemon. Actually, one thing I do remember about the series, about the anime as a kid, was I actually had a few of the VHSs, but I didn't have much of them. I had this one that I can't remember the name of it. Like each one of them had like their own separate name. Oh right, I'm still playing. But like I remember I had episodes focusing around the 3 starters at the time. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And each episode would focus on the VHS tape would focus on one of them. I actually remember the I don't know why, but all of a sudden the episode with Bulbasaur and the Oddish, and I don't know why I suddenly came to remember that, because I absolutely hate that episode. Actually, I hate most of the episodes in that series. Like my friends some of my friends speak very fondly of the actual series itself, and I'm like, it's so poorly written. There is no character development in it. And I understand that's a bit of it's a little ignorant to say, but the series takes a long time for any character development to actually occur. Because I know Ash actually does get stronger as a trainer, but he doesn't exactly get anywhere. Like, he sort of just... He's been, like, what, 11? The past 10 years? Ugh. Let's not get into that. My theory is that Ash is actually in, like, a coma after the first episode of the whole... Oh my... Hey, Clefairy. I'm just gonna rob your place. No drugs. Nope, no drugs. No drugs. No drugs. No drugs. It's, a blueprint of some sort. It's filled with diagrams and text, mostly referring to about the fact that there is an article of clothing that is comfy and easy to wear. Fine. Wait, you're not? Holy shit. He's a blue Pokemaniac. He's not joshing me. Fuck you. Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl outside. Yep, I'm good. Fuck you. Weren't you gonna change back? Yes, I get it, you're blue. Oh god, I hope he comes out as like some sort of garbled, freakish mutant mess. please come out as some sort of freak of nature. Freak of nature! Be like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. He lied to me. He said he was blue. You are not true nor blue. You are a technicolored lie. No, I didn't come to see your Pokemon collection. I came to rob you. Oh, thanks. I came to steal your belongings, and I guess a ticket onto a luxury cruise ship where there's lots of belongings is a perfect compensation. Actually, yeah, fuck it, I'll take that, yeah. Sure. Can't stand fancy do's? How about fancy don'ts? Oh, that was terrible. Ooh, that's neat. That's kind of freakish looking. Let's make our way back to Cerulean. Shit me. Well, this will be the end of the episode here, and you'll get to see the thrilling conclusion to this battle in the next part, because I don't want this to go over 20 minutes. Oh shit, it's already there. Well, okay, thanks, bye. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you click on the subscribe button below, so you can get the VG Viking's new stuff as soon as it comes out. Speaking of the VG Viking, I'm totally him, and you can actually stalk him on that new Twitter thing that just came out like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, why don't you do that? It's on my channel page, and I hope to hear some more from you guys later. Thanks for watching.